Hi everybody, Joel Kennedy with Kennedy Violin. So today's another Suzuki play-along video, and we're going to be covering Andantino from Suzuki Book 1. So remember, at the end of these videos, I throw a dart at the dartboard of destiny back there, and it decides what Suzuki song we're going to be doing for the next week. And we are admittedly running out of songs, but we still have a few left. We've got some Book 4 pieces as well, so some more advanced ones. Anyway, let's just play Andantino and see how it goes. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so let's cover the easier stuff first. We are in the key of D major, so we have F sharp and C sharp. So what does that mean for our finger pattern? Well, a lot of times we're in G major in Suzuki songs where we'll have a high 2 on the G, high 2 on the D, low 2 on the A, low 2 on the E. But since we have that extra sharp, that C sharp, now we're going to be doing a high second finger on the A as well. So we have high second finger on the G, high second finger on the D, high second finger on the A, and low second finger, that's our G natural, on the E, okay? And remember, the second finger can only be in one or two places. Either the second finger is in a position to touch the 1, or it's in the high position where it touches the 3. There's nothing in the middle, only here or here, here or here. Okay, so let's talk about the articulation here a little bit. So we have a lot of dotted notes, right? So they're staccato, right? So they're short notes on the string. So we get our first staccato notes in the first measure, and well, we get a lot of them after that, right? So the easiest way to think about these short notes is make sure they don't touch any notes around them. So stop the bow when you play the note, so the note after it doesn't touch that note. So stop your bow. So if you didn't, it'd be something like that. Make sure that fourth finger does not touch the third finger. So again, every time you have a note with a dot on it, indicating it's short and it's staccato, don't let it touch the note that's after it. And the easy way to do that is to make sure you stop your bow. Okay, so that's it for that articulation. So let's talk about the time signature really quick. So our time signature is cut time. So we got that C with the line in it, right? So usually a C means common time, 4/4. But since we've got that line through it, right, we're in cut time. So we've cut that 4/4 in half. So we're basically in 2/2. So that means we have the half note gets the beat. So your metronome's going to be kind of slow. So the half note gets the beat, and we have the equivalent of 2 half notes per measure, okay? So if we were to play this with the metronome, this is what it would sound like. So I'm going to put the metronome on 60, okay? Now these are half notes. Half note, half note, half note. Usually this would be like a quarter note, but it's a half note, half note, half note. Quarter, 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 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, right? So this is what it sounds like with the 60. So it's just half notes going by. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, so that's the rhythm. let's talk about a couple little articulation things. Now, we already talked about the staccato. Let's talk about the accents here a little bit. So our first accent occurs the last note of the second measure, right? That's that E natural, that first finger, right? So we have accent as indicated by that V, right? That V, that sideways V. And we also have a line under that note as well. So the line is indicating tenuto or legato. They want you to play that note long, but they're also saying accent that note. So we give that note a little push, right? The easiest way to start your journey of learning how to do accents is to push with that index finger. So most of the pushing on your bow, you're going to be feeling it in that index finger. That's going to be responsible for probably 90% of that accent. Push, push. Right? And that hair is probably going to go down quite a bit. In fact, it might even touch the hair of your bow, or the hair might touch the bow, actually. So, what's going to make it a little bit easier for you to accent those is, again, make sure those staccato quarter notes don't touch your half note. So you stop the bow completely before those half notes that are accented. If you stop the bow completely, it's going to be a lot easier to accent them. Your bow is stopped, then push. Push. So you kind of bite into the string, right? If it's scratchy at first, that's okay. It's a little scratchy at first, and then you learn by adjusting the weight and the speed of your bow, how to not have it be scratchy. Okay, so the majority of this piece is going to be in the middle of the bow. Okay, but we have non-short notes, non-staccato notes in the third line, right? Where that forte is, right? So now we want to play loud. Well, how do we do that? Well, we use longer bows, and the bows are connected. So that's going to help us give us our forte. Go to the frog. Diminuo. Now we're back to the middle. Okay? So again, if I start the last measure of the second line, right, I'm going to make sure that half note takes me to the frog, right? Remember, with your bowing, you always want to plan ahead with your bowing. So, to the frog, whole bow, to the frog, continue. Now we're in the middle bow. Fermata or bird's eye. You can pause, take a coffee break. Okay, so that's about it for this piece. I could talk a little bit more about it, but it's probably not necessary. But just remember, okay, you want to know exactly what your key signature, what your finger pattern is. Know that the metronome needs to be on the half note. I would suggest starting at like maybe 40 or 50 when you're learning the notes, and then build the speed up, right? And then make sure you get your articulation right. You're in the middle of the bow for the eighth notes, and you are using your whole bow for the forte notes, and make sure you begin the forte sections at the lower part of the bow so you can use your whole bow. So guys, I hope this video has helped. And oh, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe the video or the channel. Yep, we have a pretty good amount of subscribers, but we want 100,000 subscribers, and we're a little ways away, okay? So please like and subscribe. Help a guy out, okay? So let's throw a dart at the dartboard of destiny here and find out what our song for next week is. Okay, I have my weapon in hand. Is it a weapon? It can be, especially if you go through TSA. It's definitely a weapon. Oh, it's deadly. It's deadly. Okay, So let's find out what our piece for next week is. All right. My aim wasn't horrid that time. Okay, so book 2. So we got Judas Maccabeus. So from Suzuki book 2, Judas Maccabeus. That's the song that we're going to be covering next week. Okay, so like I say, I hope this video helped, guys. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below, because hey, I actually talk to you guys. I talk to people back and forth. I answer questions, and I get ideas from you guys. So if there's a video you want me to do, like a technical video, or how do I do this, you know, let me know. I'll probably do it. So with that, I hope you guys have a great time practicing, and I hope you have a great day.